when you're getting ready for parenthood, you're preparing for a trip to Italy. You're packing, you're reading the guidebooks, you know what's going to happen when you get to Italy. Well, as a special needs parent, we found out at a screeching halt that our flight had changed and we're now going to Holland. It's beautiful, it's still a lot to enjoy, but it's different from what you expected. And there's some pain comparing your friends and family that are still going to Italy. But we've had quite a journey, and the remarkable thing about Scotty is that we've had a lot of people join us in our journey. Scotty's story started like everyone else is going to Italy. Normal pregnancy, normal delivery, normal homecoming. It was at about 4 weeks, Scotty started doing his thing. We didn't know what it was, but we started tracking it a couple times a day. Sometimes we'd get pages worth of how many times Scotty was doing his thing. We went to the doctor, we treated acid reflux. They were playing the odds. It didn't work. At about 8 weeks, we finally got into doctors. We had 4- and 6-month delays in neurology and gastroenterologist appointments. I'm not sure if they were tired of my daily phone calls trying to get cancellations or they just squeezed us in, but at 8 weeks they did. We were prepared. YouTube, laptops, cameras. We were ready to show them Scotty doing his thing. Scotty cooperated and did one live, and we were immediately sent to Cook's ER. We were there that night after several tests at 11 o'clock. We're alone in our room, and the doctor came in and told us about our trip to Holland called lissencephaly. What that means is Scotty's brain didn't form properly, stopped about 18 weeks. Scotty's thing is seizures. He was having 3 to 50 a day. We got on meds, and this is where our special needs really began. His needs are his seizures and his brain development. He's portably blind. He can't sit up, he can't stand up, he can't hold his head up. He eats by a really special feeding tube. He has trouble swallowing, he has trouble breathing. He has the best smile you'll ever see. It's on your table. That's really where his needs came in. That night, we were alone in the hotel room reading all of this and the story of lissencephaly on Wikipedia. There's not a lot out there. But after that night, we haven't been alone. And it's thanks to our family and our friends and state agencies and nonprofits and supporters like you all that have helped us along the way. They say it takes a village. Well, we're bigger than a village. We span the country. Our parents moved from out of state, and we have all these tremendous friends that help us. His team also expands to, I'm going to read the numbers for you, 12 doctors and specialists, a dietitian who regulates Scotty's very strict ketogenic diet, which has decreased his seizures by 90%. We've only had 13 this year, which is amazing. The Walgreens pharmacists that greet us by sight for his 12 daily meds and 4 emergency meds. But most of all, it's really that focus on the needs that everyone on the team really focuses on. Doctor's appointments, case management, paperwork, phone calls, insurance companies, all of that focused on Scotty's needs. And Make-A-Wish was the first organization that really made us realize how much of our time and efforts and resources are focused on his needs.
Let me speak for a minute about some of those needs. They're lengthy and they're critical. Scotty needs a food pump to eat and a venting tube to help clear gas from his abdomen. He's on a special diet and lots of medications that help control the seizures. He needs a nebulizer to open his airway when it's congested. He needs supplemental oxygen sometimes just to help him breathe. He needs a wheelchair for mobility. He needs a stander to help bear weight on his legs. Scotty also needs orthotics on his feet and ankles just to help stretch out his legs so they don't tighten up. He needs a bath chair for bathing, and he needs a special bed with padded sides so that he doesn't injure himself when he's having a seizure or he just roll over. He even needs mittens because he'll bite his hand sometimes and suck on them until they bleed. He has a lot of needs. We spend so much time and energy thinking about what Scotty needs. Nutrition, good health, and good balances to help keep him stay alive sometimes. That we really never stop ourselves to ask a different question. And it's the question that Make-A-Wish was really the first group to ever ask us. And that's, what does Scotty want? We're always focused on his needs, but what does he want? We know what he needs. He needs a wheelchair and a food pump and oxygen tanks and all the rest. But what does he want? What would make his life a little bit better, a little bit more fun, or a little bit happier in a way that has absolutely nothing to do with seizures or wheelchairs or feeding pumps? What does Scotty want? That's what Make-A-Wish does. They help children like Scotty and families like ours Families that spend so much time worrying about the medical needs of their children that sometimes they kind of just forget to let their kids be kids. So what does Scotty want? He can't tell us, although he is vocal, if you can hear him now. He laughs and he giggles, and he cries and he moans. And sometimes he sings nonsense sounds, and a lot of times those singing sessions happen in the middle of the night, like 2 or 4. We call them Scotty happy hours. He can't speak for himself, but we are here to interpret what we think he wants. And in those times when Scotty's just being a kid, he loves one thing a lot. It's freedom of motion. It's movement. He loves swinging. He loves rocking. He loves being thrown up and down in the air. He loves spinning in circles. He loves riding the school bus and going over the speed bumps. He loves being in his wheelchair and going over bumpy surfaces. He was cracking up the whole ride over here because of the gravel leading up here. He loves that stuff. So we ask ourselves, what would give Scotty freedom of movement? This is a boy who's strapped down all day long. He's buckled into his wheelchair, and buckled into his stander, and buckled and secured into an activity chair that requires buckles around his ankles, and buckles around his thighs, and a buckle around his stomach, and a buckle around his chest. He's strapped down all day long. But water does offer him that freedom. He can kick and flail and float and relax, and in the water, he's on even footing with everybody else. So we decided to ask for a Scott tub. A hot tub for Scott. We call it a Scott tub. And Make-A-Wish said, no problem. No problem. And he loves it. He absolutely loves it. It soothes him. It calms him when he's upset. If we were home right now, we'd throw him in there right now. We've had it for less than 2 months, and already we've seen him laugh and giggle and kick and splash, and close his eyes and fall asleep. He may not understand what Make-A-Wish did for him, and what all you are here doing for him right now, and what you're doing for hundreds of kids and thousands of kids just like him, and families like ours. But we know, I know, and Captain knows, and our families know. And we can't tell you the depths of our gratitude and how much we appreciate it. We're always so focused on what Scotty needs, and we're so glad that Make-A-Wish decided to ask what he wants. So on behalf of our family and thousands of families like ours, I really just want to thank everybody. Thanks.
Way to go, Scotty. Well, hey, Buck. Everybody, we have Buck Taylor here. 3rd year making it, right? Actor and artist, Buck Taylor, thank you for coming out. As you heard, Scotty, his wish was to have. There are 4 types of wishes. I wish to be, I wish to go, I wish to meet, or I wish to have. And we're very happy to be able to award those wishes out to our deserving kids. It gives me great pleasure today on our 33rd birthday of Make-A-Wish. Today's World Wish Day. It's our 33rd birthday nationally, but here in Fort Worth, it's our 31st birthday. We've been around for 31 years.